Give me one more round. Well, not to take away from other people, let's go to Madam Myean from the library. I would say similar question goes to you. I mean, when I see these young girls, prostitution and use them because they lost their sense of direction, they're taking drugs. What do you think your organization needs to do now to assist the government and the Muslim to address this situation?
Kentucky and vulnerable, believing that paying the school fees all to give us. We all have to take time to look after our children. There is no safe community in this country anymore. Every community you go to, you see ghettos. Ghettos are being built everywhere in this country. And the drugs is taking the fabric of our society, our young brains, our leaders, people who are supposed to take ownership of this country. These are people that we see all in the street today, sleeping on their head. In fact, that the new drugs that is in this country now, some of them they get in your heart without knowing. Blood will come from them, they don't even know if they are hurt. So I'm so happy that the president is here today. And during his mission address, he did talk about drugs because of a national emergency, which of course we all celebrated it. And the non-fatal drugs law that have been passed during the former president George. If the drugs enforcement agency can go by the law, there will be a safe place for our children to grow freely, living a community out of drugs. Because in the law says that if you are a drug dealer, somebody who gave their name to them, because most of the drug dealers they don't have their own place, they rent from people. So you give your property to somebody who is selling drugs. If the government gets to know about it and warn you for the first time, you don't take your property from that person, the government will take charge of it. During the amendment process, these are things that we recommended during the amendment of the non-believable drugs law. So for the new one right now, I have not been able to know exactly if there was a changes made, but these are things that were mentioned. And for our victims, those who are taking the suspect, so they call it so-called, they have been marginalized in a way that once they are in the street, none of us want to associate ourselves with them anymore, and that is so bad. It's true that it hurts everyone to see a child in the street after paying thousands of dollars for them in school, expecting them to take care of you while you in your old age and seeing your child in the street. Every parent, for that matter, it hurts a lot. So, bringing the government to that a civil society organization, the Liberal Justice Enforcement Agency, parents, bringing every one of us together will make a very great change in this country. It will be a great one because it's a collective effort. We all need to work together to make sure that we have a country free of drugs. And we know the kind of damage this drugs are going to our young people. 5 years from now, if nothing is done, which of course, that's why I have an organization called the Liberal National Justice Institute. Liberal National Institute on Justice and Crime. We do mentorship, we do psychosocial counseling, we do programs, And we even go in the ghetto, talk to some of our brothers who are affected and want to be rehabilitated. We take them to a rehabilitation center, we sponsor some of their medication. So the person involved, getting the parents involved, getting everyone of us involved, the community, to that all be able to eradicate the issue of jumping out to grow without being affected by these people. So yeah, so we actually have a plan where if we get support from the national government to establish safety hall in all of the high schools. Like I can remember when I was in high school, I was part of my school health club. And the kind of impact it made to my life, I believe that if we establish this program in high school, safety hall, train young people on the different kinds of drugs they are infected. If they are trained, they can carry the message out to their friends so that we can all help together to create wide awareness and fight the war against drugs collectively with everyone across the government. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It appears to me, and I'm sure everybody, that you are working in that direction. But not to take away the biggest picture. I know the drug issue is one, but the biggest picture is hate, racism, disunity, and you belong to one group, I belong to another group. So let me come from Mr. Wisse. I think he would be in a better position to answer this question. How can religious teachers, Mr. Alhaji Mustafa Wisse, normally when you say Wisse, it's simply it's a Wisse, everybody say one. But the fact that Mr. Wisse is from the National Muslim Convert Education Program, so he's better suited to answer this question. That's what I'm asking. How can religious teachings be utilized to promote peace and understanding among different communities in Nigeria?
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف النبيين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. And to our non-Muslim brothers and sisters, we say to you, peace be unto you. This was the preaching of our noble prophet, usually Jesus Christ, when he met the disciples in the Apollo, he said, peace be unto you, goodness and heaven. So we all say, Shalom Aleichem. Having said that, say again your question, sorry.
My question is that how can religious teachers be utilized to promote peace and understanding in various communities in Nigeria?
Thank you very so much. For the past almost like 20 years now, about we have been in the vanguard of preaching peace between and amongst Muslims. We have been preaching peace in the sense of teaching, especially those who were not Muslims are converted to Islam. Alhamdulillah, let me just give you a brief story about myself because when I used to hate Islam and hate Muslims. Not mean that preaching the peace but be able to live peacefully. a professor in his young. In our own setting, if the labor will be situation under control. But in his people's life, Rasulullah was used to take away the life to the extent that when the lady got sick, he went to the hospital and she was shot. And she ended saying, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. This is the concept of the Muslim application. And let me give you a picture. The Muslims, the Congress have been yearning for their right to celebrate Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. We have been denied on a national level that the Muslim Congress education program, the students, and even the larger Muslim community have been denied on a national level to have a holiday to celebrate their holidays. But you will see over a period of time that there have been no fear from us because we have been preaching peace and let exercise restraint. Inshallah, Allah will bring this one request on the table. And this is an opportunity for us to say to the Honorable President, His Excellency, Honorable Joseph Boakai, that if we want to build a country of peace and unity, God yes, we need that new. What is new is that our attitude is just changing from one end to another end. So we are being new and more as Barbarians. So we are appealing to him that we want a right of all of the religious institutions or group leaders to be given. If we have schools enrolled for over 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 1 month in the school to start Easter and New Year and Christmas, and then the government appeared out of program for some. Then we are not being peace. We are being a potential crisis for this country. So we want to urge the president, we want to be asking, we want to appeal to him that since we are trying to build a new Liberia that will bring peace for everybody, henceforth, coming this Eid, that it is the national holiday for the Muslims, just as Christmas and New Year is a holiday for the Christians. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much to share more but what about the communities in which we all live? What collaborative efforts between you can bring the community together, community leaders, to ensure that peace reigns even amongst yourselves in your community before you move into the office?
First of all, thanks Mr. President, Mr. Boakai, for creating such an environment for such discussion. But the first thing I would like to tell the audience, the Muslim Elder Supreme Council has been created mainly for such the purpose of what we are just asking what we are now. Since after it was created in the 1990s, since after the civil conflict in this country, we look at the country in a way that the whole country, the generations are out of parents are guiding them. Everybody lives by themselves and do whatever they want to do, no control, no discipline. So we formed the Muslim Elder Supreme Council to be the father of all the Muslims. so that we can meet every individual parent to see how best we can discipline our children with our home training before they get on the street. But since that has not been done, so many attitudes have come among our society today. Our religious leaders are doing their best in the mosque, in the institutions, in the communities. But when there is no discipline with the children, they grow by themselves. They encounter with the street life, and which today we all are suffering from. So, the Muslim Elders Supreme Council, we obligated ourselves to move around the country, not only in Monrovia, to go around the country, all various towns, county headquarters, to meet the elders that are living there, to cooperate with them, so that all of us can guide the society to a better way. And this cannot be done without a budget. But with all that, with our weak budget, we are still working hard to see that our society should be in peace and love one another. Whatever we are saying about the drug issue, if our children are trained with the home training, I think it will be easy for us to control them from the street attitude which we encounter them to drug abuse. If we look way back in Liberia, every community love one another. Every tribe love one another. All neighbors love one another. But since after the crisis, things have changed to a wrong direction. Why? Because children don't listen to parents today. Students don't even listen to their teachers. And the curriculum today we are in school, the curriculum also great. And then our the curriculum of schools education, those who are making those curriculums. Today, some of the Islamic institutions are forceful. If we don't love one another, we will not be able to do anything good for one another. If we don't love our parents and then listen to them, it will be difficult for them to guide us. This is why we form Muslim Elders Supreme Council, so that we guide the society to the best of our knowledge, so that we can love one another, the neighbors will love one another, students will love one another, tribal people will love one another. If that love is created among our happy for the presidency building new Liberia for all Liberians. And this system is what we all want to go back. By the grace of the Almighty Allah, the Elder Council is doing their best to all elders to the country a betterment country and make sure the country make a progress and move forward.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Now, we asked a question earlier to Mr. Ibrahim Dollar, the National Muslim Student Association, who also found that we have another person too, who will really champion the same question, who is Ibrahim Zokai, Liberian National Muslim Youth Assembly. This issue of growth, the reason why I'm coming to you as on the youth side of growth is that growth is eating up the youth and co-students as well. What are you going to do in line with maybe schools or your community? What are you doing?
Thank you so much. Let me start by thanking His Excellency Joseph Boakai, President of the Republic of Nigeria, and Chief Engineer of Law State Nigeria. Let me also thank our religious leaders and all of us that are assembled here this afternoon as we come to dialogue and find common ground to long-lasting progress in our society. Because I would believe that democracy doesn't work when we demonize each other. But in order for change to happen, we have to listen to each other, see ourselves in each other, fight for our principles, but also fight to find common ground no matter how elusive it may sometimes be. And this gathering is not an exception to a gathering of finding common ground to long-lasting societal problems. So, to the question asked by our chief moderator, as the president of the Nigerian Muslim Youth Assembly, an institution that has branches in 8 counties in the Republic of Nigeria, I want to direct this point. You know, when you sit outside of your house continuously and go to the hospital and get diagnosed, or doctors tell you you have cold, and they give you all the required medicine or medication, you come home, you take them in, and you continuously sleep outside, it won't change anything. What am I doing now? Some weeks ago, or some months ago, at the border side of the border between Nigeria and Sierra, there was this situation of a Sierra Leonean army personnel that was caught with illegal substances, something that we have discussed yesterday. There is a reason for which I'm raising this point. The government needs to play our part as we, the religious community, do ours. The airports, the seaport, and our various border points must be guaranteed to ensure that all entry of illegal substances are denied absolutely. Then with that, we as a community can start the engagement to eradicate what is in here, because that is a major factor. So yesterday, I was in Boakai, interacting with our Boakai residents that were exposed to drugs. So I believe that we as institutions, the government cannot do it alone. The government will do it. The government needs to empower all of the institutions to ensure that we reach out and solve some of those problems. Also, the government needs to set up a national rehabilitation center, because if the Laboratory Drugs Enforcement Agency gets to various details of communities and disrupts the disbursement or selling of illegal substances, and if the youth are gotten out of those communities, with the government fails to establish a place to take them, to rehabilitate them, transform them into nation builders, will be going nowhere. So I think the government needs to take seriously the establishment of a national rehabilitation center to combat and eradicate the issue of substance abuse that is killing our young people, because it's not just damaging the adults mentally. When the Bank reported 2 months ago, not less than 3 persons died as a result of the same drug issue. So I'm saying, as the president of the Liberian Constitutional Assembly, our institution is willing to work with the national government through the office of the chief imam or whatever authority to ensure that we play our part as a religious group controlling the Muslim people in the country. And with this, I believe we can find a solution to this drug issue. It is eating up our society, the young people, and the generation leaders of Liberia. And we fail to fight drugs now. Tomorrow, the future leaders of Liberia will be known. And as I have this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. We know you have plenty of that. You have plenty of what you have plenty. So we are ready that the last person with our final round, Mr. Ibrahim Bari from the National Football Council. We'd like you to give your perspective on how do you think we can bring peace, unity amongst all Liberians, including yourself.
I'm here representing the office of the National Flag of Nigeria. I am now commanded by the Super Soul. His Excellency, Ambassador Mr. Brother, President of the Republic of Nigeria, only allow me to extend profound greetings from the office of the National Flag. So we want to appreciate the President for having such a fun discussion and having us be part of this one important discussion. What I can say to that is that we all must feel the sense of inclusion. We cannot continue to say we are all part of the society wherein some of us has been excluded. I'll give you a practical example. You have a Liberian national passport, which is identity of the Liberian. You have certain group of people within this country. When they own a Liberian passport, for example, passing through all of the procedures, they are still asked how did you obtain this passport, which you think that is unfair, and also is a sense of discrimination. Is that we need to have a holistic roadmap assessment as to why is it some Liberians feel Fulham and have been asked how did you get your passport? There are others who are not being asked such questions. It's only that government address that.